permanently on mowing setup, and whenever I do a harvest, I'll switch it over to mulching, mulch the field, and then straight back to mowing setup. But once we get a more convenient mowing kit, I'll probably just switch it to mulching permanently and just keep it as a mulcher. I'm trying to read and drive. Yeah, and that was the thing with the last batch. I think I did 7 baling contracts in one day, and there were a fair number of very small fields, but I wasn't looking forward to stacking 140 round bales with a front loader. So at that point I bit the bullet and said, we're going to get the Anderson bale collector just because it's easier. Now technically I could have put the bale trailer we have, the flat trailer we have, does have auto load option, but I'm trying to avoid using auto load option as much as possible. There may be some situations where I just say, to heck with it. I'm going to have to see how much flour we produce and make a judgment call on that. Okay, you're done. Going to leave the tomatoes running until last day of December, and then we'll do a big sell on those. The bales, I think, are tomorrow. Band alien off. Jump out. I mean, that's the nice thing with the 125. I can actually do sales with this, and it's only just up the road. But yeah, this thing here I may transfer, as I said, I may transfer that over to the flour mill, just because it'll be easier. Although additionally, if we bought the bread production bakery thing, I could say we'll distribute from the flour mill to the bakery, and then I don't have to worry about that particular transfer. Okay, let's a little bit of a speed up. I mean, I kind of like to get a big M, but it's justifying £250,000 on a piece of equipment that can only do one job. And part of the deal with, you buy a 300 horsepower tractor, you can do a lot of work with a 300 horsepower tractor other than just mowing. So, it's sort of a thing. And same with the self-propelled baler and everything else. It's sort of, I'd really like that, but kind of not so much. Okay, and here comes the snow. And here come the 2 o'clock. Come on, 2 o'clock, let's go. 59, 1400. Alrighty, what's for sale? Ooh, what's that? It's it's a mud spreader. Yeah. Again, something I might like to have in the future, but not particularly right now. We've still got 611 litres of seeds and solid fertiliser, so that's pretty much running as is. But I think with all this weather going on, give these bales another check. 95%. They might be ready by about 4 o'clock, but you know what? Cows are happy. it's snowing. The nice thing about having the robot feeder, I don't have to worry too much about the cows, they just happen. We'll need to rent some stuff in spring. So I don't want to do too much with money right now. Although, as I said, did we spend the entire loan? I can't remember. Pay off the entire loan or not? No, we're still 50,000 loan. But oh, okay. Latest we can stay in bed till is 9 o'clock. Oh, that's sad. And still more snow. Okay, we're probably going to end up with a lot of graphical crud going on. Ooh, look, a 95 horsepower tractor with no front attach. Or one of those. Yeah, kind of no. So, contracts, lots of ploughing. Short plough, that's a big plough. That might be a TTV9, Series 9. TTV. And is that the same dude? No, different people. And then that one's possibly an 8, maybe a 7. But ploughing. Not so much something I want to do. Meanwhile, tomatoes somewhere. Not showing. They're best sold in January, but well, yeah, we're going to sell them as they come up. So I've got one more day to go with them. I could sell the silage. How's that doing on price? That's also January. I could wait till January for the silage. I will have to sell the tomatoes tomorrow because that's how we do things around here. Oops, didn't want to do that. Really? There we go. I'll sleep till 9 o'clock the next day. I think when it stops snowing we may not get so much graphical glitchiness going on. Apparently you can stop that happening. The problem is that you need a graphics card I don't have. So you get all that flickering going on, which is not great. Okay, check the store. There is now a... still the tractor, a low loader, not going for that. What is that? Oh, that's a mulcher with 9 meter working width and 150 horsepower. Dang. Oh, it's a pull behind. It's a pull behind that you can hitch something on, by the looks of it. Because it has a 3-point linkage and a pass-through on the PTO. That's kind of cool. It's 2D chains and 3D chains. I guess. Anyway, so yeah, don't need one of those. We already have a mulcher. So I guess I'm going to have to sell some stuff. Oh, that's so annoying. So we got silage bales to sell as well. May save them until after the stream. I don't know. Gonna need to unwrap them. I think, yeah, that one for some reason the first bale on that line fell off, and so I ended up with a single bale and then a bale snake. Okay, tomatoes can be hauled by this thing. But the bale collector would probably have to do with the Deutz, because it gets kind of heavy with all those bales on the back. Okay, turn that off while we're waiting. What do you have on the front, Spike?
Before we go? Before we go?
Okay, so Spike won't work. Push the right button and that works. I'm gonna grab two. Could have just stayed lined up. Ooh. Let's try and control that a little bit better. There we go. Probably not the best way to do it, but I think I can possibly load 3 side by side on this. I can just do loads of 2 plus 1. Like I said, I don't know how many we've got ready to suddenly appear. And I didn't lower the spikes high enough. So we'll just drive them into the ground, why not? But this is a really nice vehicle to use for this kind of job. You do have the telescopic option, you know, if you need the reach. Which makes it a little bit better than a skid steer and a lot of sort of pallet loading situations. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say this is a good thing for bales. I would say quite decidedly it's not a good thing for bales. Okay, that's it. And it's definitely better than a, or I'm finding it's definitely better than a forklift. just because of the pitch is, or the lift is performed behind the driver where the engine is, so you've got a lot of weight at the back, less likely to tip forwards if you don't go completely mad trying to overload it, which I might be doing here. Can't remember how much it costs. That's not going to work. Okay. I mean, obviously, the other piece of kit to consider is a telehandler. Oops. Stop trying to get on the thing. I think a skid steer works here as well. So, I don't know. I guess if a skid steer came up for sale or a telehandler, I would buy that for the yard, and then I would have no problems transferring this over to a production facility and maybe look at getting more of them over and above a forklift. I mean, there's also front loaders. We haven't really looked at those, but I think this is under this is under forklifts. 48,000. These are cheaper. That not so much, but it's just a little bit more usable than a forklift. I should try fitting that through the forks or positioning the crate on the end of the forks. Then that might work a little bit better. There we go. So this is going to be 3 plus, I don't know. I don't think I can get 2 more rows on that trailer, so I'm just going to put 2 and then 2 on top. Come on. There we go. And then a little plastic covered greenhouse is kind of frosty. Yeah, I may have gotten more if I put them on sideways rather than rotate the crates 90 degrees. I think we'll call that one good. Oops. We'll put the last 2 on top of somewhere. Okay. Last 2. But yeah, because we've got the bale. It's really just moving some bales around the yard sometimes. Skid steer would probably work okay for that. And it would work okay for this job too. Because it's not like I'm stacking really high. That's one thing I find a little bit limiting with a skid steer is the stack height. Alrighty. So, wrong way. Oh, wrong way. Lots of wrong way driving. There we go. Alrighty. Let's bolt those on top. So yeah, when I'm thinking about things like that, yeah, your forklifts are 30. I'd go with that. Skid steers are a little bit more expensive, especially if you go for the orange ones. But the orange ones have optional weights on the back, I believe. You can put a little bit more weight on the back, which causes better balancing. These ones, don't have weights on the back. Don't know why it has tyre options, because they don't do anything. That has no options. But yeah, I suppose that's cheaper. That's more expensive. Then you've got telehandlers. Telehandlers, great. This thing, not so much. But these, their ability to lift and reach and four-wheel steering and all of the stuff, crab steering, makes them really nice, especially in a place like ours. Wheel loaders is a heavy thing. And then you've got these, which I suppose 30,000, 75,000. They're kind of pricey, but again, they're just straight up lift and drop. But they aren't rigid frames, which is something I don't particularly enjoy, driving things which don't have rigid frames. Okay, we got 5,000 litres of red fruits that you don't put in a fruit salad. Oh, and yes, be careful, because crates don't go through hedges. I nearly clipped that hedge. I've got caught on that hedge before, just clipping it too close. I could consider removing that hedge, and that would give me a better turnout there. Okay, don't think the back crates are in the cell area. That seems to be working. Okay. And the back left crate. There we go. Get it all sold in one cell. They don't. They unload very slowly. But we will get a final total for this one, which is, come on, £2,942. Woo-wee, we're rich. Let's go spend our winnings. Or not. Ugh. So yeah, like I said, really our income is coming from contracts at this point. We may do well with... Oh, we're going to have milk coming in soon. We could get a dairy. No, not yet. I think for now I'm going to look at maybe just selling the milk straight. I'm not really sure if I should do the I need to sell milk every month, because theoretically it is refrigerated. However, probably a wise thing to get into the habit of selling milk every month, or at least sending it down to the dairy to convert into cheese and butter or whatever. Okay, I need a spike. Give me a spike. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, that one there. Okay. And let's go get the bale collector. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, that side. Yeah, I'm kind of figuring future tractors will probably not be loader tractors. I think two's enough. Two's enough to be flexible. You know, I can have the small tractor on something and use the big tractor with the loader, or I can have the big tractor on something and use the Massey loader. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really need 3 tractors, because you're usually only loading one thing at a time. Back up. Wonder if I can do this from the cab. Now this one I did put wheel weights on. We added wheel weights and we upped the horsepower from the base as sold model. But the base as sold model came with loader arms, or sorry, loader arm attacher, and the sunroof, so you can see what your loader arms are doing when they're way up there. So that was kind of a good thing. This was already configured as a loader tractor, so sort of kind of, yeah, we'll keep it as is and just add the wheel weights. It gives us a little bit of stability here, and